How y'all doing today? You doing good? Because you know what I always say, if you ain't doing good, well then you better get it together, okay? Okay, you guys, so y'all know that your girl has been dibbling and dabbling in a little bit of builds lately, and I've been kind of feeling proud of myself that I have just, developed in such a short period of time. Like, am I this amazing builder? No. But am I trying? Yes, and that's all that matters. So, today, I thought that we would kind of, go a little bit away from the builds for a little bit because, your girl needs a little bit of, some time. And I thought that today we would actually do a room build. Now, I did room builds way back in the early days of my channel whenever I did Sims 4 room builds, and I was absolutely obsessed with them. Like, I love these type of videos. I love downloading custom content. I love doing all of that, and unfortunately with the Sims 3, girl, it just ain't practical for me to have like too much custom content. So it was really hard for me to do my Sims 3 room builds on the level of my Sims 4 ones, just because in Sims 4 I had a lot more options. And this particular time, I feel like my game was running pretty decently during me actually trying to film this video. So I wasn't too mad at it. And I was like, you know what? This might actually work out. So this room does have a little bit of pieces of CC. Obviously with the Sims 4 you can actually download individual rooms, but with the Sims 3 you can't. So I will have all of the individual links for every single item down below so you guys can download it yourself if you'd like to. Of course, big shout outs to all the creators. You guys did an amazing job and I am so freaking obsessed with the look of this room. So this room was actually created for the Karam household, and if you guys are unfamiliar with them, I will have a link down below where you guys can actually watch the entire current household series for them, and I will also have it attached to this video so you guys can check that out as well. But they are basically a family that I'm so obsessed with. I have grown to love, and they actually stem from the royal family, but we won't go into the whole, family dynamic and all that because, this is a room build. We're not really focusing on their backstory, but basically one of the mothers of the household, her name is Asala Karam, and she runs a home daycare, and I thought it'd be really cute to name this daycare SunnySide Daycare, and it is a bigger part of the first floor of our house. So this is actually my first time doing a home daycare in The Sims 3, and I was thinking about doing a whole separate lot where we just buy out the lot and we do our daycare from there, but I don't even know if that's possible to do, and I also just really thought it'd be a nice thing to have our own little home daycare and also to have a section in our backyard specific for our daycare center and everything like that and all the kids. But let me know in the comments down below what you guys think and if you'd like to see a build video on that. But for right now, I'm just making over the whole room, and I personally really like the style. I was trying to go for a very rustic kind of vibe, and I really wanted it to be very, I don't know, similar to the style of the house, because as I said, I feel like our very first I guess technically it was my second nursery renovation, didn't really fit in with the dynamic of the house, and I feel like this nursery fits so much more with the house and what I was trying to do. So I really like it. And so right now I'm working on the TV and getting that recolored. Honestly, I was struggling so hard with getting these wood pieces together, like every piece of wood that I had in this room to match up, because you don't want every single piece of wood in a room to match completely, I feel like, for me personally, but I also don't want to go too overboard with the lights and the darks, light wood, dark wood, you kind of want to still keep it in the same spectrum. But I was doing that for the TV and I really couldn't figure out exactly what I wanted to do, and at the very end I do end up changing it. I changed the TV a lot, like obsessively. Because originally I was going for a white, then I changed it into a lighter wood, and then it went to a darker wood, and then it changed again, and it's just a hot mess. But eventually I ended up going back to white in the first place, but I kept changing all these colors because this TV was a really good price, especially considering how much money we had. But it was just not that, it was just really hard to recolor, I feel like. So I kind of struggled to get it to match everything, but it ended up working out in the end, so I wasn't too upset with it. But yeah, so that's pretty much what I'm doing right now. The cribs, I was originally gonna add pillows in, and then I changed my mind because I was like, you know what? I kind of like the plain sort of, you know, I don't know, it's just kind of, you know, feel to it. Because realistically, I don't think in nurseries that they even put anything in the crib. It's just kind of like the baby and, you know, the blanket and all that stuff. But I really did want to just keep it very plain, because I feel like if I would have added pillows, it would have just been too much of in your face. And I don't like doing that in one section of the room and then not doing it in the other sections as well. Now, one thing that I really wanted out of this particular lot is I really wanted for it to be kid and toddler friendly as well, because I feel like whenever I make I made our last 2 home nurseries, they were very, very much for toddlers and didn't really have a lot of skill building factors with children and stuff like that, which is kind of annoying, because when the children would come home from school, they just do their homework and they didn't really have anything fun to do. So now I've kind of added in something fun for them to be able to do, which I ended up adding a little easel in. And also, this table that I'm using is originally supposed to be an outside table, and at first I was like, girl, this is not cute, okay, for the inside of the house. But then on the outside, I feel like it would have looked really good. But then I recolored it and it actually looked really awesome with it. And I think it fit everything. It gave me very nursery vibes, you know. It was very kind of, I won't even want to call it a nursery, because technically it's a daycare, because it goes for every age group. Even we could call it childcare. I don't know the correct term if we have so many different age groups, but yeah, I think it turned out really good. It would have been really fun to be able to control my own nursery and to do it off of, you know, my home lot, but it's fine. I'm perfectly fine with being able to do it at my home as well, because that will give me kind of the experience. But I really do want Asala to do kids and work with kids for the rest of her life, and I think it would be something that she's very passionate about and that she really loves. And at first I was going to do the teaching profession, but I've actually grown to love every single kid that we've been taking care of and just having fun with them, giving them makeovers and stuff, so I didn't want to change that. But right now I'm going into the high chairs, which I realized I was like, ooh, I don't have a good space to put them, but I ended up lining them up to where they actually work together. And I also ended up recoloring them as well. Sorry if you guys hear, ooh, the fire trucks in the background. I live literally 2 centimeters away from a fire station, like literal walking distance from a fire station. So you hear that a lot. It happens a lot. I'm sorry. It's very disruptive, but y'all, you know, I'm glad that they're saving the world. So they're awesome. Love firefighters. Anyways, so yeah, right now I am recoloring this, and I thought it would be really interesting to kind of add the high chair colors to be more towards the color hues that I was going for. So for example, you can kind of see like that blue in the middle blue high chair. I tried to match with the rug that was on the ground, and I still wanted to keep a very a kind of significant color scheme. You know, there's still some color scheme in there. I tried to, you know, keep it to, oh, let me do, you know, hints of blue or hints of green or hints of yellow. I didn't go too crazy with my color scheme, but I had to keep in mind that it's also a nursery, so it's supposed to be colorful and fun, but I also still wanted it to be very rustic. So now I'm working on the, what am I working on now? I don't even know. I think I'm putting stuff on the table or trying to add some extra stuff to the table. Right now I'm recoloring the, oh, I put a little stuffed animal right next to that ball. I didn't even realize that I did that. But yeah, so now I'm trying to figure out, I felt like the floor was way too plain and I really wanted to add another rug, but I feel like this could have been a really bad situation if I would have added a rug with too much pattern. So I tried to add a very simple rug that was very close to the original carpet design, because it just kind of flowed all together. I feel like if I would have added 2 pattern rugs, it just would have been too much. So I actually really like the way it turned out, but I'll end up adding those later. And then I don't really use these easels very often, but I really wanted to use them because I felt like they would be very close to what you would see in a nursery, because children are messy, and I think having those dirty easels kind of makes it seem more realistic. I was going for a lot of realism in this because I wanted it to seem like it was genuinely a nursery. So I added in a little shelf, and I also added some buckets on the floor, which you guys will see later. This lot does have, or this specific room does have a lot of custom content. I'm not even gonna lie, but I will have it linked down below. As I said, some items are down and I couldn't find the links for, but some of them are still up, and so yeah, I will have those linked down below. But anyways, so I am now doing, what am I doing, girl? I don't even know. Oh, I'm putting books on here. I wanted to put the books on so it would seem like they were art-related books, so then the kids would be able to look at those and to be able to draw from them or do whatever they wanted. I was hoping that I would have had more easel type decor, little, you know, paint things or whatever, but I ended up finding those buckets and I think it fit very perfectly with what I was trying to do. And then now I'm trying to add in more interactive kid stuff, more interactive toddler stuff, I should say. So like the doll house, I was trying to add as much stuff as I could for my toddlers to still be able to be in that room and have fun. And then usually with the walkers, I didn't add them in this room only because I usually leave them sitting in my Sims living room. I never put them in the actual nursery because usually when I'm using the walkers, I want the toddlers to have enough freedom to move around. And so I usually put it in the living room, or I'll put it outside and put the toddler outside or in the living room, however I do it. But now I am putting in a toy box for my toddlers to be able to use, and I absolutely love this toy box. I don't use it very often, but I think it is so freaking adorable, and I need to start using it more often because I'm super freaking obsessed with it. And I am now adding in a couple of posters. I wanted to add in something that kind of looked like kids drew it, which is why I started to add in the little animal drawings, but then I felt like they didn't really match with the theme I was going for. By the way, if you guys hear my voice cracking or anything, your girl is just exhausted. I'm really tired. I'm sorry. I was up so late last night, like so freaking late last night. Why? I don't know. I don't know why I was up so late. I always, even if I stay up super late, I will still get up super early, right? Because I'm so used to going to sleep early and waking up early, but lately I've been going to sleep really late and waking up early, so then I only get like 4 or 5 hours of sleep solid, and I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? I don't know, but it's just natural habit for me to wake up early, so then I just ended up screwing myself, and now my sleeping schedule is all over the place. But anyways, right now I am finally about to finish this. I really wanted to, as I said before, add as much realism as I possibly could, so I did add in a little backpack on the back of that seat, and I felt like the little rustic chairs added this very nice gardenish effect to it, and I think adding in that backpack really accentuated a lot of things as well. I was gonna add it into the second chair as well, but I changed my mind because I was like, that would have been too much, having 2 different backpacks on 2 different chairs. It would have just been too much. So I only added 2 chairs. Luckily, I think we only have like 3 or 4 children that come to our house every day as far as like the child stage, so I don't really need any more than just 2 chairs, luckily enough. But yeah, I'm adding in a couple of other things. I wanted some more stuff for my toddlers to do because you always have to keep them occupied whenever you're doing the daycare because they're there the longest, so they have to be as occupied as they can. Children are pretty easy. As long as you add a table into the room where they can do their homework, they'll kind of gravitate more towards that, and then you can also make them actually do activities and stuff, and then I can force them to do the paintings on the easel. So yeah, but I'm almost done here. I'm adding in a little bit of decor items, you know, just a little mummy and stuff. I thought he looked really cute and I wanted to add him in. And then what am I doing now? I don't even know, but as I said, we are gearing close to the end. I'm just trying to see how many little things I can add to kind of make everything go all together. But anyways, you guys, let me know in the comments down below what you think about this nursery here, and if you would like to see more room build renovation type videos, let me know in the comments down below. Anyways, you guys, I love you all so very much. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you all on Friday with another new video. Bye, guys.
A secret, yeah, I promise I keep it